Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Phil Heath here over in Pittsburgh, PA, here over at the NPC headquarters. Just got done doing some workouts here over the past couple days, and really wanted to give you guys an insight on my training leading up to the 2013 Mr. Olympia contest. Right now everything's been feeling really good. I broke training camp to come out here to support the North American competition and all those competitors. Congratulations. And obviously coming from the NPC, being an ambassador of sport, being Mr. Olympia, you always want to give back and give some perspective and give some encouragement to those guys that are really interested in getting involved in the world of health and fitness, but more importantly wanting to turn pro and hopefully becoming a Mr. Olympia champion like myself. I was privileged enough to come here and train back today, courtesy of Jim Mannion. He basically opened the doors on a weekend, on a Sunday, to let me go kill it for you guys. And I had a really good time. It's an awesome place to train. They got a lot of different types of equipment that even I don't even have over in my hometown of Arvada, Colorado. It was great. I was accompanied by my trainer, Hany Rambod, the pro creator, and he and I have been working together for the past 8 years, and this is definitely one of our coolest workouts because normally we either train in Colorado or in his home of Northern California, but with us being able to come to Pittsburgh and actually getting after it, it gave us a lot more encouragement and incentive, to utilize all the different types of machines that we see before us. I'm just really wanting to tell you guys how excited I am getting ready for this contest. Obviously there's a lot of amazing competitors, and I'm definitely privileged to be a two-time Mr. Olympia champion, but more importantly, being blessed to be able to actually be healthy enough to compete again. And because we all know that sometimes guys get hurt, and some guys have to withdraw from competition. And this year, it's just with all the guys coming into the contest, such as Jay Cutler, Kai Green, Dennis Wolf. We got new guys with Big Ramy. We got all these guys, Branch Warren. We got a lot of Arnold Classic champions. We got 3 Mr. Olympias with myself, Jay, and Dexter Jackson included. I don't think that's been done since, I believe, when Sergio Oliva made his comeback. So I definitely think that this is going to be one of the greatest Mr. Olympia contests of all time, and I'm really, really pumped for it because it's a great challenge for me as a man, as a bodybuilder, to see what I'm made of, and being at the age of 33, going against a lot of these guys that have been doing it a little bit longer than I have. I just really want to be able to put my physique up against the best, and I think that's what we all came to do. We started off doing a lot of different pull-down movements. What we're really trying to accomplish here is, really trying to get a lot of width, a lot of density, with our back, because most shows are won and lost from doing the back poses, and a lot of these guys that I'll be going against have amazing back development. For me, I've been able to take my back from, I would say, amateurish, and to Olympia quality over the past few years, doing workouts like you're going to see, and hopefully you guys can make it your own and have fun with it. One of my biggest objectives with this prep is to always train hard, always train smart, and definitely have fun. No one's making you do this, and it's a choice. Happiness is always a choice, and I come in here no matter what's going on in personal life, no matter what's going on in work life. I can come in here and put it all aside and being able to focus and actually get something out of it. And that's what I want to encourage each and every one of you to do. No matter what's going on in your life, you always can have the gym. It doesn't matter if you're trying to be Mr. Olympia or weekend warrior. It doesn't matter. Just come in here, have the guts to go in with a good game plan and get some job done, and I guarantee you're going to get some great results. But before I go, I just want to say thank you all for watching. Be sure to check out more updates with contest results and videos like this, npcnewsonline.com, and check out the contest schedules, because guys like me, along with various other IFBB pros, will be making appearances at different events, such as the North Americans, the upcoming Nationals, and very many appearances in 2014. Lastly, I wanted to say thanks again to Jim Mannion and J.M. Mannion for hosting me here. You guys have been awesome, giving me an opportunity for my trainer and I to come have a great time, kicking some butt in this gym. Hopefully we didn't leave too much sweat on the ground. We tried to re-rack all the weights, so hopefully not, hopefully we left it the way that we came in. But definitely just want to say thanks. We really appreciate you for giving us on a Sunday to be able to go kill it. So until next time, it's The Gift, your 2-time, hopefully 3-time Mr. Olympia, signing out.
This is Hany Rambod. I'm here with two-time Mr. Olympia, the gift, Phil Heath. We're here at Mannion's Gym. The day after the IFBB North American, we just got a real good workout in. Basically, we're just sitting down talking a little bit about kind of our history in the NPC. We'll start off with Phil here. Phil started off with a couple of shows out in his local state of Colorado. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so in 2002, I decided to be a bodybuilder. Obviously, there was a few other organizations, but the guys that I were hanging with said, you got to do the NPC, man. I said, okay. So I went to a couple NPC shows in Denver and went to the NPC Colorado State. Was just simply amazed by how many amazing physiques there were. And then also the guest poser itself was Gunther Schlierkamp, and then they had another guest poser by the name of Claude Gruel, who later influenced me, encouraged me to compete. So in April of 2003, April 4th, 2003, I did my first amateur contest in NPC Northern Colorado, and I ended up winning the whole thing, novice and the open overall title. And right then I was hooked. I thought, wow, this is pretty awesome, especially coming from a Division I basketball background, doing something I never knew about, being a bodybuilder. And I knew that the way that the shows were ran, just the way that it was organized, and I just thought, wow, this is pretty neat. And obviously getting a bunch of hardware didn't, hurt. So later on, that year I did the NPC 2003 Colorado State, and then I ended up doing that same show again, winning the overall, and did my first, in 2005, did the NPC Junior Nationals, and right after that, I was able to sign with Flex Magazine,
right,
and and then I was able to get a lot of good publicity, through. The magazine, NPC News magazine, actually was the first. That was actually the first cover I got, because I knew that right away. Oh, what's that? Yeah. Yep. So in 2005, I did the NPC Junior Nationals, and one of the cool things about doing the Junior Nationals is just like any national competition, whether it be pro qualifier or not, you win that show, you're guaranteed to come back the next day. So I remember going to the athletes meeting, and Jay Mannion was sitting there saying, all you class winners that are thinking that you're going to win, you might want to change your hotel accommodation or your flights, because you're going to be expected to do photo shoot. And I thought, well, I better change this up because I plan on winning, man. And that came to fruition. I was able to do a photo shoot for a cover shot. And I thought, wow, this is pretty neat. So I did that in June. And then in July, I won my pro card, and I was able to do another cover shot. So within the first year of bodybuilding in the NPC, I was able to get 2 covers in the NPC.
2 covers and the opportunity to do what? So at that point, you were signed by Flex?
Yeah, I was signed by Flex Magazine, so I got a cover with them as well. But I mean, it all started with the NPC. My time there was very short, but it was pretty freaking awesome, because I knew that, wow, like I could show my family, I could show my friends from back home that knew nothing about bodybuilding that, hey, I'm on a cover, man. And then there's a backstory. They show the contest coverage, and that was really cool too, because as an athlete, you'd always want to be able to look at your comparison shots. And unlike a lot of other magazines, the NPC, thrives on being able to show you backstage access, but also comparison shots with your classes.
Well, and that was before NPC News Online became big.
So that was really neat. And since then, placing at the Olympia, obviously winning the Olympia, I've gotten more covers.
Right.
And everybody, the reason why I emphasize the covers is, let's be honest, when you get into the bodybuilding world, you want exposure.
Right.
And it all started with the NPC.
Right.
Being able to get that exposure. This newsletter goes out to every person involved in NPC.
Right.
So, you go to your local gym and someone says, how do I get involved in, becoming a pro and this and that? And they throw the magazine at them. They're like, NPC, right there. And, people are able to see those cover shots, be able to look inside, get an in-depth review of not just the amateurs, but they get some pro coverage too. So as an amateur, I can say, wow, like this is who won the Arnold Classic. The Arnold Classic champion gets a cover. The Mr. Olympia gets a cover. So I've been able to do that, and it's been really, really awesome.
Well, I'm going to basically cut over to, I've got one of my assistants here handing me over a magazine that's got, look at this, NPC News with Phil Heath on the cover.
I wasn't joking.
Yeah, I wasn't joking.
This was basically taken from last year, and it's just really cool to know that I can look in here and see all the contest covers, men and women. Look, I get all this coverage. Everybody wants exposure. I was able to get it, and it all started, like I said, from the NPC, getting a lot of cool coverage. And these are pictures, of myself and the other athletes that I'm always going to be able to have. I mean, I'm not going to get rid of this. I'm going to be able to look back at when my career is finished and say, regardless of what I look like when I'm 50, 60, 70 years old, I can say, man, I look pretty good, and I was Mr. Olympia, but I started in NPC. I was able to win the Junior Nationals, the NPC USA overall title, and I was able to get covers. That's what I love. I love going in the office in my house and being able to say, I got covers, man. Going into gyms around the world, I got covers, just like this one. And you guys got to remember, I mean, you're looking at, getting into bodybuilding, you're looking at getting into the world of health and fitness, different divisions out there and stuff. You want to be Mr. Olympia, you want to be Miss Olympia, you go through the NPC, you win some shows, you get covers, you get noticed. People,
yeah, you definitely get the covers, and on top of that, you get some good coverage. I mean, when you guys open up the magazine, you're going to be able to see not only the comparison shots of the Olympia, the Arnold Classic, a lot of the bigger shows, but you're going to get all the national coverage for the nationals, the North Americans, and all that. And the nice thing about it now, back when I was coming up in the NPC, and believe it or not, I did compete. The thing was, we'd have to wait for this. Now you can go to NPC News Online, you can go to all the other great websites, see a lot of the coverage that is being basically like almost real time. Twitter account, Facebook accounts, all those things that are giving real-time coverage where you didn't have access to that before. You'd have to be able to wait till these magazines came out. Now you have the ability to go online and get this stuff and get to see the workouts, get to see all the what they're eating, all these things. So NPC News Online, you have Flex Magazine, you have Muscular Development, you have a lot of good different resources. But at the end of the day, what's great is you have information that nobody had access to back in the day, or very few people had access to in the back of the day, where you have the ability now to be able to utilize that, watch it, read it, learn about it, and be able to actually utilize it to grow. So, I mean, at this point now, I mean, we also, Phil's promoting shows. I'm actually promoting shows as well. A lot of people don't know about it up in the Northern California, Sacramento area. So it gives us an ability to actually do things in the NPC outside of just on the competitive side, me on the training side, Phil on the competing side. So we're also, huge advocates of the association in a lot of other ways in the whole promotion end. I know you do a huge show with Lee Thompson out in Texas.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the coolest things also is, being a part of the NPC, going into being a pro, being able to come back and give everybody else an opportunity. And guys like Jim Mannion has given us that privilege, and it's been awesome to work with Lee. We have the Phil Heath Classic in Houston, Texas.
Yeah, you had how many people at that show? I was there. We had like 2,000 or 3,000 people showed up.
We literally had over 2,500 people walk through those doors that one day. And that was, pretty much a record, I believe. And we'll be having it again next year. I actually teamed up with another gentleman, and we're going to do another contest in Wyoming next October.
You're going to have both shows.
So I'm going to have 2 shows. I mean, I never thought that, a kid playing basketball, turn bodybuilder, whatever, not only be Mr. Olympia, but be able to give back to the other guys, provide them a great opportunity to shine, and that's been a great honor and a privilege to be able to do it through the NPC and just remind these guys, like, look, you want to be Mr. Olympia, you go through the NPC, and then it provides opportunity. I mean, all the magazines coverage, all the sponsors.
A lot of people don't realize. I mean, Jay's got shows, Phil's got shows, I've got shows, and with Jim and the NPC, we've had that ability to be able to do other things outside of just purely the competition or the training side. So, you can look at going into almost, afterwards, almost like not quite a retirement phase, but a different phase of your career.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's just like in other sports, if you're a college basketball player or NBA player, sometimes you see them become coaches or a part of the organization as, with player development and whatnot. And I think that's definitely an option now. It's going to be a hard transition for all of us when we have to hang up the posing trunks, throw them in the garbage, whatever. But it's great to know that while we're competing, we can still promote shows. So then we kind of have like a exit strategy, if you will, and be able to still be involved because we're all still fans of the sport. Right. And I want to be able to be Mr. Olympia forever, of course. But I mean, at the end of the day, I got to quit too. But it doesn't mean I can quit on the sport. It means that, wow, like I can actually utilize my likeness in somewhere positive to give people an opportunity. And it's definitely guys like Jim Mannion that's enabled us to do it. So I definitely got to say thanks to him and all his supporters, staff, you know, to be able to allow guys like myself and all the other promoters in the country to be able to do that because, you know, it's enabling us to have, you know, multiple avenues of creating revenue for our families and giving you guys, the fans, something to strive for. I mean, you know, I'll be Mr. Olympia, but if I want to put on a show, you're going to want to do Mr. Olympia's show. Right. You're going to want to do it, and to me that's.
And the number of competitors are growing. So I mean, it's exponentially. We have, you know, bikini competitors, we have men's physique competitors that are really growing, and we still have obviously bodybuilding that does well. But at the end of the day, what we're seeing is the growth within the organization. So you're going to see more shows, both amateur, pro shows. I mean, we're seeing them across the board. We have pro shows that are actually happening on weekends where there's multiple pro shows. So you know,
that's great. Yeah, I think that's great. I mean, you know, that's definitely, it's just a great opportunity. I mean, you can't say it enough. You know, obviously it starts, you know, from the amateur ranks, but it enables us to do so much more. You know, I
don't think a lot of people, and everybody doesn't realize that. That's the big thing you guys got to realize, that people think, okay, if I compete, whether it gets into promotion, whether you're getting into other things, whether you get into coaching, training, a lot of other things that a lot of competitors, a lot of, you know, previous pros are obviously into coaching now. So a lot of things, it gives you opportunities on so many different levels with the association that we're, you know, that's part of our lives. So, you know, so when we're sitting here talking it up, it's because we really believe in it, because it's given us opportunities in so many different ways, you know.
Definitely. I still remember sitting in the late Joe Weider's office, and I remember asking him some questions, and you know, with regards to how he got involved and just you know, promotion of the sport and his energy that he put into it, and he definitely created an empire. And I think the way he did it, with respect, with hard work, with his due diligence, you know, making sure everything was done correctly, has enabled guys like even, you know, Jim Mannion to follow suit, and to be able to, you know, have the NPC the way it is today, taking care of its athletes, you know, amateur and pro. I mean, gosh, I've been coming to the Mr. Pittsburgh here for at least the last 5 or 6 years, and I've been treated really good along with the other guys, and he's given us an opportunity to, you know, chum it up with each other before we get it on at the Mr. Olympia. But at the same time, I mean, promoting the sport and doing it so effortlessly, so where we want to give back by doing promotion. And let's be honest, I mean, it's definitely, you know, a chance, an opportunity to create revenue, but it's more for us to keep Joe's dream alive, and even with Jim's dream, and to providing opportunity to an amazing sport that should get more recognition. And that's definitely why I'm involved. You know, I'm going to stay involved. I still remember when watching the movie Pumping Iron, and Arnold said, you know, I retire, but I will always stay in the sport. And it's like, that's how I want to be. I want to say, okay, guys, I'm done, but I'm still going to stay in the sport. I'm still going to promote shows. I'm still going to have fun, and give everybody like you guys watching an opportunity to shine, because it helped me.
Well, it's Hany Rambod. I'm here at Mannion's Gym with two-time Mr. Olympia Phil Heath, 4 weeks out from the 2013 Mr. Olympia. Make sure you go to, is it MrOlympia.com?
MrOlympia.com, but also you can go on bodybuilding.com for more details as far as the live webcast. But definitely go on flexonline.com for information about me, philipheath.com. Yeah. But for all your NPC news feeds and stuff like that, definitely check them out at www.mpcnewsonline.com. You can go on their Facebook, their Twitter account from there as well. I follow them. I retweet a lot of their stuff, so definitely get involved.
Thank you very much. Signing out.